have our strategies listed. So your strategies would be listed here. As you can see, we have 0 strategies set up. I'm going to create 1 or 2 now to show you how easy it is. So this particular system is really good. It gives you the number of your account here, the demo or live. And here you can see we're actually bringing other languages in. We're currently writing it in Spanish and English and Polish. So we're going to be having those set up very, very soon. And you have a complete menu of status of your strategies. So create new strategies, the first thing we would do. Okay, let's log back in again because it's going to probably a while since we was in here. So this is the first screen you will see when you log in, Trade Insights ATS. You get your risk disclaimer and we'll create a new strategy now. So the first screen you see is the screen here, which is the screen showing you the currency pair it's set at default and the risk settings and the algorithms. Now we haven't written an algorithm for this yet, so I'm now going to show you how to write an algorithm for that. So we first will click add algorithm, okay? And I'm going to write the EMA cross. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the euro dollar EMA cross. So I'm going to plot the EMA cross on here, 50. And the 200. This is the one I showed you in the screenshots just now. So we have red and white. Okay, so basically we have the red and white EMAs on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a strategy that whenever these two cross, to take the trade for me. Okay, so let's just look back the last time it crossed. It crossed here at 10:30 on the 1st of August. Okay, so may have been in front of my screens at that time. I could have been looking at something else. I could have been doing something else. However, I want to program a system that will allow me to take these opportunities when they set up. So how I do that, I use this window here. Okay, we've already got when pre-populated, and we use these indicators here to tell the system what we want. So here we go. We click FX indicator and we type moving average. As soon as you start typing it, it recognizes what you want, moving average, and the number is 50. We have different options of moving average. We're going to use an EMA and we click apply. So as you can see, we have now started to write our condition. So when the average, moving average 50, click compare, crosses below the 200 moving average, EMA, the action is to sell. Notice we have close sell and we have close buy. This will allow you to put in a close sell as opposed to putting in a particular number of pips. And this is useful for what we call a trailing stop. But I can explain more about that when we do some more in-depth training, if that's what we do later on down the line. So this is just to show you how we set up a very basic strategy. Moving average 50, crossing below the moving average 200, we're going to sell. We click confirm. And that has written the condition. That took about a minute to do. Now I'm going to write the buying condition. So this is the opposite way around. So when the 50 moving average, and notice we had loads of different indicators we can choose from. So when the 50 EMA crosses above, let's look at all the different indicators you had to choose from. And we're adding to this all of the time. Moving average 200 EMA, the action is to buy. Okay, and now we have written our conditions for that particular strategy. You can see them anytime by clicking view. Now what I've just done there in about 2 minutes, it took the guy on that flip chart earlier, which I showed you on those photographs, 3 minutes just to write it out. That's not even programming it. That's just to write one condition. It took him 9 minutes to write the sell and the buy. So here you can see in a couple of minutes we've written the condition. All we need to do now is risk manage. So we'll keep the trade size as 1 CFD. The system stop loss we will put at 21, and we'll, let's say 20. and we will put a take profit of 65. So 3.5 to 1 reward to risk. Here we can put a total drawdown in pips. So in this particular box, what you can do is put in, say, I only want my trade system to run, and if it ever goes to a situation where it's lost 200 pips in one hit in trades, which is probably here, 10 trades here, 10 times 20 is 200, stop my system. That will allow you to control drawdown. But I'm going to leave it at 5,000 just for the demonstration purposes, and also a take profit here as well. So you've got full protection. You can choose a number of currency pairs to trade with or to test with. I'm choosing euro dollar, and I'm going to choose a 15-minute time frame. I'm going to save this by clicking here, and it gives me the opportunity of calling it a name. So we'll call it EMA cross. Save that. And as you can see now, we've named the strategy. Now all I need to do is back test it. So I'm going to run the test. Run the test means we're going to test this strategy over a specific period of time. If I didn't want to back test, I could start trading, or I could just see any history of all other tests I've done. Because this is the first one we've done, it's not really going to show me anything. So click run test. And I have the option now of testing over all data, which is 2017 to today, or specific dates. So I'm going to use all data. So I'm now going to run the test. We're using all data, and we're using candle data. Click run test, and that now is working its magic. It's back testing through all of the trading prices, the days over the period we're testing, exactly when those moving averages crossed, and what the outcome would have been if it had placed a trade with a 20 pip stop and a 65 pip target. Now I expect there to be more losing trades than winning trades because of the reward to risk. But when I get a winning trade, remember, I'm going to be making 3.5 times what my risk was. And that's the beautiful thing about these type of systems. Now, as you can see, back testing, while it's doing it, it's not really sort of exciting. It's not really exciting watching it, but eventually we're going to have some charts appear here and show you every trade that it took. But right now, what it's doing is it's working its magic and doing the back test, and now we've got a result. It stopped, and that was very quick, probably about 50 seconds, which is lightning quick for a back test. And we've got 3 areas here. We've got results, we've got profit and loss chart, and we've got the trades. So the first thing we do is we click the results. Click here, and it's given us a result. It's given us a result of 705 pips of profit, okay? It gives you the total amount of trades taken, and the winning trades and the losing trades. If you click the cross again and then go to the profit and loss chart, it shows you what the account. So you can see reasonably steady upward movement on the chart. If you then close that and click the bottom one, you can then see exactly the trades it would have taken, and the date stamp, and the close and open price, including spread. So as you can see here, now we've got a real complete library of what that trading system would have done. And it made a 705 pip profit over a couple of years. So if you're running this in conjunction with another system, or 2 or 3, you've got a reliable one. But what I want to do here is I want to change the time frame and just test it on a different time frame. So we use this area here to do that. So we have currency pairs, we have the candle period. So we can keep it to euro dollar, and we'll change it to a 30-minute time frame. So we're now running the same strategy, but this time on a 30-minute chart. Let's run the test. So what we're doing now is we're running that on a different time frame. So every time the moving average crossed on a 30-minute chart. So for example, like this, look at that move there we would have taken with this system. So it's great. So every time we moved on a 30-minute chart. So we'll wait for the results to come through, and we'll have a look at it. Once we're happy with that, we might want to run it on different currency pairs. So we can use the currency pair drop-down window to change and test on the same currency pairs. So it needs a little bit of legwork in the beginning, but again, look how quick the back testing is. It's immensely quick. So we scroll down here, click here. As you can see, that one was a much stronger result. This one had 1,215 pips of profit Okay, it's had 55 winning trades, but remember those 55 trades of wins are 3 times what the losses were. So if you multiply the 55 by 3, that gives you 165. So it's made a serious profit compared to the losses. Look at the losing or the profit loss chart, much more steady, although at the beginning, look, it pulled down a little bit. So at the beginning you went into a deficit, and had you been watching this live, you may not have wanted to keep that one running, and you'd have missed out on all of this. So that's again the beautiful thing about having an auto system, which allows you to not even need to look at it. So let's close that down and close that down and look at the trades that it would have taken. So the trades it would have taken here shows you every single trade it would have taken. You've got a winner there, a winner there, a loser there, a winner there, a loser there, a loser there, a loser there, a loser there, a winner and a winner. So out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 trades, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners and 5 losing trades. At 3 to 1, that, and you're risking 1%, that would have been a 10% gain in just that page there. So if you were happy with that, you could run that live by clicking the start trading button. So you would click here